Once again, welcome to the Old Quarter. You guys give it up for Gabe Wootton Garrett T-Caps.
Thank you, guys. All right. Well, I do not trade in things I don't believe. One too many times they believed in me, and I do not speak to the ghosts that haunt this house. I tiptoe past your memory, quiet as a mouse. The walls grow tired of the same old songs. Wind around the window sings along. Well, I count the steps that lead from my room. It's 5 down to the hallway, 10 to my doom. Well, there's 5 old crows sitting on a line, 10 good drinks of whiskey in this a bottle of mine. Yeah, there's 7 years missing from my rosary. Yeah, the Father, Son, these ghosts and me. This old house settles as the lights begin to fade, and the setting sun draws shadows across plans that I made. And out there in the distance, where the land turns black, there's a turning of the field, and there's no turning back. If I wake in the morning, I'm gonna turn this thing around. If I don't, they can lay me in the ground. Somewhere between sleep and death, I wrestle with my pride as I fight for my breath. I call out for God as I slip the reaper's grasp, and I know this night will not be my last. And all the angels, they weep for this lowly son of man, but I'll rise up in the morning. Yeah, I'll rise up in the morning and do it all again.
Right on. Garrett! Gabe and I are doing some shows this weekend. We're playing Houston tomorrow and New Braunfels on Sunday. Playing the Old Quarter tonight.
Yeah.
It's awesome to be back. Thanks for coming to hang. I always try and get out of my... I have a band called NASA Country. We play a lot. But I try to play solo shows. I've been trying to play solo shows more often, and this is a great place to do it. And I think I'm going to play a song off my first album. I was practicing it yesterday, and I realized I wrote this song like 10 or 11 years ago.
Wow.
It's one of my only story songs, and it happens to be about an old drunk man that gets kicked out of my bar. I own a bar with some friends in San Antonio. It's called the Lonesome Rose.
Yeah.
But I wrote this way before that even happened. So.
Is that art imitating life or?
I think it's a little both.
Yeah.
But I haven't played this song in a long time, and I was singing it today. I think it still holds up. It was 10 a.m. when the foam hit the brim of the glass of his first beer. He meant to call and work that day, but he didn't get quite near. The phone he had left on the side of the road the very night before, in a haze of pills and unmarked thrills that left him stranded on a stranger's floor. It's hard to say how he got here, hard to say it's quite true. Told me he was born during some World War to a mom he never knew. And he grew up tall and mean, and he never gave two shits as he continued his drinking and smoking a cigarette. Hey, Mr. Pike, get out of my bar. Guess you can stay until the lawyers come and smoke up their cigars. I laugh 'cause you're ridiculous and borderline bizarre. Hey, Mr. Pike, get out of my bar. He swore he once used a switchblade to sever a rabid bear, back when he got ditched on a Cub Scout trip by some bastards that didn't care. He was not quite yet a teen, but pretty much a man. If there is such thing as a guy upstairs, it was all part of his plan. He started ranting about the president and how the whole damn thing's a mess. Kids these days are a bunch of punks that don't got no common sense. Computers have fried our minds, and there's no hope anymore. And the only thing that he still likes are big old titted hoes. Hey, Mr. Pike, get out of my bar. Guess you can stay a little longer if you got cash or a credit card. I laugh 'cause you're ridiculous and borderline bizarre. Hey, Mr. Pike, get out of my bar. I cut him off at number 4, and his brow grew kind of wide. Then he got all riled up and wicked and spit in both my eyes. I grabbed his pint and with haste and might bashed it over his head. And as his face got kind of weary, his eyes grew kind of dead. I tried to help him up, and he slapped me in the face. Called me a lunatic, a coward, a disgrace. Said he always knew I was a piece. Stumbled out the door, and as I tried to justify myself, I yelled at him once more. Hey, Mr. Pike, get out of my bar. But not this far. Don't get out of this
No,
far.
you stay a little longer if you can. Hang in there. So I don't know if I know your first record, man. Was it like just you or like band thing or what was it?
There's some band stuff on it.
Yeah.
That's the only song of its kind on the album.
So it would stand out, yeah. So was the NASA country thing happening way back then even?
It was before the Space Country Band
There you
came
go.
together.
Still a tertiary thing? Some terrestrial wave on
Excellent, sir.
it. That prison line reminded me of this one. This is a song I wrote a long time ago. I played it. I was in Conroe the other night, and for some reason I played it. And the thing about a song that you haven't played in a long time, if you wait long enough to play it again, everybody that knew it before has either died or gone to jail, and they're not there to hear it. And so you can act like, here's a new song I wrote. Which I gave away. I shouldn't have said that first. So this is a new song I wrote about the time I got executed in prison. There's a little known statute that if they execute you and it doesn't take, that they have to give you a new hat and a bus ticket to Waco. Good luck. If you've ever been to Waco, if you ever go to Waco with a new hat on, everyone assumes you unsuccessfully were executed. So if you're ever in Waco and someone says, hey, nice hat, they're not really being polite. Say a prayer for me, mama. I can't see a thing, and I fear I'm riding on death's blackbird wing. But don't worry, mama, the ride shouldn't take too long. Leave the porch light burning, 'cause your boy is finally coming home. And home is where the heart is. I've always been there with you. Not here inside these gray walls with solitary views. Tell my papa those rambling boys no more to roam. Leave the porch light burning, 'cause your boy is finally coming home. Well, I know it's been a while, mama, since you have seen my face. I couldn't bear to see me in this place. But I finally found Jesus, mama. I know that he died for my sin. When I get to heaven, well, I think they'll think about letting me in. Home is where the heart is. I've always been there with you.
Every time I hit my tuner, it makes a popping sound. I have a CD for sale. It's called Garrett T. Capps' Greatest Hits, Volume 1. But it's mostly songs off my last few records, but there's a song at the end called Turn It Up. And it's from an album I have not released for some reason, but I started it in 2019, and on the song Turn It Up, Doug Kershaw plays on it.
Yes.
And it was kind of epic. He was playing a show in Austin, and I got a hold of his people, and I asked if Doug would play on a song of mine, and Doug was into it. So we met him at Antone's, me and my friend that was helping me make the record, and he had shown up off an airplane with his squeeze box, his fiddle, a suitcase, and a bag of merch, all by himself. And he was just had pickup bands at every gig that weekend in Texas, and he was finding people to carry his shit around everywhere he went. And he was kind of trying to size me up or something. And he was staying at a hotel down the road from the venue, and I carried his stuff to the hotel after the show. Some people who wanted to sign his records followed us into his hotel room, but we were recording it the next morning. So we picked him up 5 hours later at 8 a.m. and went and recorded it. It's on a CD I have with me tonight.
So that's the only spot to get that song is on this
Yes.
Greatest Hits.
But it's totally crazy. It's you can't even tell it's fiddle. It sounds like a hurricane of sound. But I'll play the tune now. Life will take you for granted in a minute. If you don't take a second, then you might get lost. We're all capable of spiritual delusion that might get you killed, might get you off. You took my hand in the middle of the morning. We hit the road to Babylon. Stopped in some town about halfway there. Had about 3 beers, took some Adderall. Turn it up, knock it down. I've been up, I've been around. You get that look in your eye when we've been drinking like you've seen a lot, but you feel no pain. I don't mind it, I kinda love it. I think you're foxy and I think you're strange. There's a love in the middle of my body. There is a hope in the middle of my soul. Sometimes I just need a little of your honey. Sometimes I just want to lose control. Turn it up, knock it down. I've been up, I've been around. Somewhere along the lines of this dimension, we might find the light or we might go insane. Somewhere along the borders of convention, we might just learn that we're all the same. I don't think that I have all the answers. I don't know if I'll ever get saved, but maybe I'll take you out for a little dinner. You know I like me some etouffee. Turn it up, knock it down. I've been up, I've been around. And then Wooly Bully starts. That's the ending of that song is the beginning of Wooly Bully.
Oh, nice. Was that planned or did somebody call audible?
It was planned. It's one of my favorite songs.
I wonder how Mr. Kershaw is, man. I haven't thought about him in a minute.
Yeah. I hadn't heard from him in a little bit either.
The only guy I ever heard say bad stuff about Doug Kershaw used to be this dude named Fiddlin' Frenchy Burke. You may remember him? Yeah. And man, if you cut him off a microphone and asked him, man, so you just learned all this off Doug Kershaw record? Motherfucker! But I think he only cussed him because he loved him, you know. I don't know. Alright, I'm getting tired of tuning. I think I'm just going to play it. However it comes out, I will try to, just embrace the art of it. This is Brother Nighthawk, man. He got a babysitter at the house tonight. Mama's out on the town. Lord, look out. It's nights like this that I really wish we had a minivan to roll around. Just all the windows down on a brand new minivan, just blasting Garrett Capps records. Cooler buckled into the baby seat. Little Caesar's hot and ready on the dash. With the defroster going to keep it warm. Living, man. Rolling hills, they unfold in my mind. While my body is locked up in this grind, but I won't let it bring me down. Yeah, I know that I'll be fine. 'Cause I've got my peace, oh Lord. Because I've got my peace of mind. My peace of mind. They take air in flight. They spread across my minivan window like a battalion of night. But I won't let them bring me down. Yeah, I let them fly right on by. And let them pass as quickly, Lord. And let them pass right through my mind. Through my mind. chasing a dollar that day, never see the lights pass them by. But that'll never be me, oh Lord. Yeah, I know that I'll be fine. I do not want for a goddamn thing, as long as I've got my peace of mind, my peace of mind.
Excellent.
I think now we gotta buy a minivan. You just rip around town in that thing, man.
The song could be about driving a minivan. It's called Into the Great Unknown.
There you go.
Into the great unknown, consciously running through it, pointing our eyes to hope, open heart to everything, watching the strangeness float around, falling apart and together, drifting into reality, slowly melting away. Into the great unknown, throwing away the sweater, searching for higher meaning in this hellish South Texas weather. The light it shines so brightly, but the shadows get so dark. There's candles in the closet, we just need to find the spark. Out of the normal dream, twisting the ankles of glory, dissonant horizon, but we're still living our story, and calling in some typhoon, turning off our phones, holding our fists up to the sky and laughing about it all. Into the great unknown, the dinner party's arriving. Dark side on the turntable, my family's here and able. Is this heaven or am I dreaming, or just a Wednesday night? My heart seems to be beating, my lover by my side. I want to tell you everything, I want to cherish everything, I want to grow in everything, into the great unknown. I want to grow in everything, everything is everything, slowly melting away, into the great unknown. Slowly melting away, slowly melting away, slowly melting away, into the great unknown. Slowly melting away, into the great unknown.
Too many horsepowers on him, man. Electrons are funny, man. They do stuff what they're supposed to do sometimes, and sometimes there's just no rhyme or reason. And then after the fire, you'll figure out what the reason is. Thank y'all for coming out tonight, man. Anybody here for the first time? I like repeat business. It's cool, man. Look, if you can dance quietly, Joel doesn't mind if you get up and dance in the back. You know? Don't block any of the fire escapes. The line for beers or the bathrooms, which when we hit like unison, there'd just be one continuous loop, you know. I was talking about the train in Rusk a while ago, but this song is not about the train in Rusk, Texas. I wrote this little triptych a long time ago about the greater Cherokee County area over there in East Texas, and this was sort of the middle portion. This song is about my grandfather. We used to live over in Manville, and then Hurricane Alicia broke our home, and so we moved to East Texas and had to start trying to fit in and be East Texans, which is different from being like coastal Texans. It's two totally different versions of a similar species, you know, and I had to learn how to talk a little differently and say stuff like, chunk me a pencil, you know, and do you have a sister, you know, stuff like that. We got so hardcore into fitting in as being East Texans. We started a pine tree farm. We didn't start one. We just happened to live on one. It was somebody had started 100 years ago, and so we cut down a bunch of pine trees. And when they come and they cut pine trees to harvest them, you know, to make lumber out of them or whatever, they're not called trees anymore. Now they're called timber. And they say that when it falls, you know. They take most of the tree, they don't take all of the tree, so limbs and tops and anything they can't sell, like to the chipping mill to make OSB or plywood or whatever. Ultimately, they'll just push all that in a big pile and burn it. This song is about a time we were cutting off some bottoms, right? So like two hills kind of fold into a little seasonal creek, and there was a bunch of mixed hardwoods and stuff, and some of that black gold, the black walnuts we had in there. Instead of windrowing it up on the ground, they pushed it all in that creek bed, and they told my grandfather, they said, now look, Mr. Corona, don't you worry about this stuff. We'll come back and burn this stuff later. You know, it's a little dry right now. He just kind of nodded his head, and the forester took off, and he'd made a turn leaving a joint, and Granddad looked at me and said, Gabe, run up to the barn and get me some of that white gas and some matches. So I came back down, he doped up a couple of spots and flipped a match, and they went to work, you know, right away. So it got a little hot for us, so we started up the hill back towards the house, and we stopped, turned, looked, and it dawned on us that that creek bed full of timber tops and stuff was just cannon fuse running for the neighbor's place. Which was like 500 acres that they had been growing for like 85 years, you know, and I said, shit, man, what are we gonna do? And he said, dude, ain't nothing we can do about that. I think Rio Bravo was on TBS up at the house. We can go watch that. And so, all right. I was a child, you know, I figured there's no way they're pinning this shit on me, you know, so we go to the house and get the old TV fired up, and he spent the rest of the day cussing because he had the volume all the way up and he couldn't hear the plot over all the goddamn helicopters and fire trucks and stuff. So, at the end of the day, they got it put out. Nobody got hurt. He had to pay a little bit of a fine. So this is the true story of the last forest fire my grandfather ever set. I wasn't there for the first one, but this is the last one he ever did because after this event that this song's about, he unfortunately he got into day trading Bitcoin, and he just didn't have time for it anymore. It's called Sam Corona's Last Big Hit. Come quick, mama, cause the woods are burning. Granddaddy working them trees again. Smoke is up, going higher and higher. Some bitch Waldrop's gonna turn him in. And son of bitch Waldrop's gonna turn him in. There's a red Brahmin with his water truck, mama. A Jack White from the county seat. Old man Parsons in his brush gear, mama, taking a beating, but he's taking the heat. He's taking a beating, but he's taking the heat. The city burned down to the graveyard, mama. Tombstones burned black with soot. Set it lit up a pine stump, mama. Burn straight down its old taproot. Burn straight down its old taproot. Lay the people down in their boxes, mama. Lay them down, the souls to keep. I hope that fire wasn't too hot, mama. They're hot enough to wake them from their sleep. They're hot enough to wake them from their sleep. Come away, child, from that tree line, honey. Nothing out there but sad and woe. Sorry, mama, but my dog is running. Anywhere she headed, no, I'm bound to go. Anywhere she headed, no, I'm bound to go. She ain't got to stop for it, too late, mama. Out on the edge of Myrtle Springs Road. Go in a house, call the judge this morning. See how much old granddad owes. See how much old granddad owes. So come quick, mama, cause the woods are burning. Granddaddy working them trees again. Smoke is up, going higher and higher. Some bitch Waldrop's gonna turn him in. Some bitch Waldrop's gonna turn him in. Some bitch Waldrop's gonna turn him.
Right on.
Yeah, Sam Corona, you would have dug him, man.
Yeah. Well, thanks for playing that song, Gabe.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Most of my songs, I'm realizing as I'm playing them, at least the songs I've played tonight, mention something about life being strange. But this song is just called Life is Strange.
There you go.
I don't want to pray to God in my cell phone, but I do it all day like it's my religion. Helps not to think about dying alone, but it's probably what'll happen. I'm thinking about it now. Don't want to give an apology for rambling about this technology. I think it's pretty easy to get addicted to this shit. Life is strange, but it's cool. Life is strange, attitude. Believe in science, believe in the youth. Not grow old and jaded. 'Cause sometimes decline seems imminent. People are greedy and it is what it is. But things can be looked at positive. It's hard to do. I'm still trying. I'm writing lyrics to this anthem, wondering if they mean anything. 'Cause I'm just some white guy with a degree in business marketing. Life is strange, but it's cool. 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 But it's cool. But it's cool.
Garrett Cats. The part about the degree always knocks me out, man.
Forgot to mention that song talks about my college degree.
Not even like a minor in philosophy or nothing, huh? Straight business marketing, huh? That's pretty. This is a song about a t-shirt that I borrowed one time. Sing to me a song of the road. Now whisper to me all the secrets you were told. Dance with me beneath the moon and the stars. Live to shuffle to the hum of passing cars. In the twilight, there's beauty hard to miss. You can set me free with a gypsy kiss. You can set me free with a gypsy kiss. Bring along all the treasures you have found. Lay 'em on a blanket, spread upon the ground. Now hold 'em up to catch the dying light that spreads like fire before the fall of night. In the morning, when the winds begin to lift, we can set them free with a gypsy. We can set them free with a gypsy. And you can set me free with a gypsy kiss.
Some metal riff. There's a metal riff in there.
Absolutely, dude. It's, you know, it's one of those deals where you go, depending on who you're talking to, I think is determines how you're supposed to answer some of these questions, right? Like if you and I are talking, I'm going to tell you exactly where all that came from as far as I know it, right? But like if I was talking to Texas Country Reporter or something, I'd be like, well, it was all Towns Van Zandt, man. For a long time, I claimed my heaviest influence was Slipknot, which was really inconvenient when a band came along and called themselves Slipknot. I'm like, shit, I've been at you guys like 20 years ago.
Did you wear a mask though? I mean,
Just on the inside.
my father's from Houston, and I wrote a song for him. My mother actually grew up in Lamarck. I was thinking about that driving through here.
Everybody gets a speed ticket.
I didn't know. Sometimes when you say stuff like that, you might get boos.
It's like I was talking about the towns you're Slipknot, but
Right,
as
yeah.
long as it ain't friends with, man.
You're a Houston boy, but you moved to San Antonio to thrive. It's where we were when I was born. It's where we were when you died. Grew up with you and Mom and our dog in a house on the north side. We didn't agree on everything, but that's just how it goes for you and I.
to live a balanced life. And when you're out there on the road, watch out for the other guy. And a man needs a woman, and you gotta keep them surprised, and never go to sleep angry, even after you fight. We'd spend long weekends out on the river, shooting fire into the sky, catching catfish, playing horseshoes, all your college buds and their wives. They all called you the bird. You'd have them laughing until they cried. Y'all were larger than life to me, and that's just how it goes for you and I. How about that time we drove up to Austin to see the white stripes? I got up close to the stage. It was over 100 degrees outside. You just hung out in your truck in the parking lot, pumping the AC and smoking Marlboro Lights. We both said it was the greatest show of all time. That's just how it goes for you and I. We're roommates for a minute, trying to get me out of a bind. Two bachelors on your back porch, getting drunk every night. I moved out in a hurry, angry and scarred from those fights. Things were never the same after that. That's just how it goes for you and I. You were born in '53, part deaf and part blind. You never talked about it much, but it showed in your darker side. But you had that sense of humor, huge heart and stubborn pride. You used to say you were like my big brother, 'cause I'm an only child, and I'll never be a banker. And I think that that's alright, 'cause I look like you, and I talk like you, and I act like you sometimes. And the last time that we hung out, it was a beautiful day outside, catching up and shooting the shit over some tacos, beans and rice. And we said I love you when we said goodbye. And now you're with me every day, and that's just how it goes for you and I. For you and I. For you and I. For you and I.
listening, you know? I like that one, man. Like, that's the one when we make it home, like in the minivan, we'll sit like in the driveway and let that one finish before we go inside, you know? Wait till everybody's done with their cigarettes and then roll the windows up. I like that one, man. Okay, another thing happened that I wasn't going to tell you guys about, but I'm going to tell you about because I feel like we've kind of grown our relationship since we got in here. And I feel like we've been through some shit together. You know? I wanted tonight to be special, so I took a shower before I came up here. I don't think I got all the soap out of my ears. There's like bubbling that's happening. So it smells like a spring rain though, but it's like I think if I tilt my head the right way, like the bubbles are making their way, like around the turn, and it's on. So sorry if I get distracted. If they pull us over in the minivan, have you been drinking tonight? No, but I've got soap in my ears. It's a plausible defense, but we can try. That's all we can do sometimes, you know? Just try. Okay. Who would like, does anybody know the name of a song they would like to hear that I supposedly wrote? Okay. So you got to be careful because I have a hard time naming songs. I don't ever think about it. You know what I mean? Until you fill out paperwork or whatever. And then, so sometimes people are like, you know that song of yours, Platitudes in G minor? And I'm like, no. Well, it turns out sometimes you tell people some smart ass answers when they ask you, what's the name of that song? Platitudes in G minor. Oh, I'm loaded up for crickets. I'll do crickets, and I think we'll have time. I'll do wine drunk. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. This was. I always have to look it up because I never remember the name of this thing. But there's a contest, like a literary contest, and I think the winner gets like $100 for like the shittiest start to a bad novel, right? It's like hyphenated, like the Burston. There we go. Wait. Bulwer Lytton. That. So he was the guy that wrote the like Once Upon a Stormy Night or whatever, right? You know? And so it's this literary thing where it's like, can you, and all you have to do is come up with the first sentence, right? Just the opening to what is presumably, if it followed, would be the worst novel, you know? And I felt left out because they don't have that for songs, so I figured, well, I'll be the legend of songwriters. So here we go. And I also feel like I get double points. This was the other side of it. When I was getting into writing songs, I was living with this dude, Mike Ethan Messick, who is just freakishly smart, but in very like specific things sometimes. And you know, there's the old adage like you can't rhyme orange, right? And he did that, and then somebody said you can't use the word moist in a song, and I said yeah, so you know. Not quite damp, just moist. Well, the air last night was warm and moist, and in a dream I thought I heard your voice. Well, I went outside and started to sing. The crickets were doing the very same thing. Me and the crickets sang all night long. Me and the crickets sang the same damn crickets sing loud, but they sing good. The crickets sing like I wish I could. Well, I sang good, but the crickets sang best. Me and the crickets put the night to rest. Me and the crickets sing all night long. Me and the crickets sing the same damn song. A song of how love should be. A song of how you should be with me. This line I stole from Greg Schrader, straight up. He didn't have the good sense and rolled up on me one night and was like, "Hey man, I've been thinking about this line. I don't know where it goes, and it's about St. Valentine or something, and it says something to the effect of like, I wonder if St. Valentine knows like where love comes from and where love goes." I said, "Man, that's fucking terrible." And I went straight home and I went, "Well, I wonder if the crickets know." See, it works in that instance. Where love comes from and where love goes. Now, if they know they're not saying a thing, all they do is sit there and sing. After Greg heard this song for the first time, he went, "Oh man." Me and the crickets sing all night long. Me and the crickets sing the same damn song. A song of how love should be. A song of how you should be with me. I really think you should be with me. If we ask the crickets, they'll agree.
Classic, hey.
Yeah, that's I have a single out called Gabe Wootton's Greatest Hit, and that's it.
It's the greatest hits kind of night.
The B side is just that song in reverse because it's the other side.
I'm gonna play one of my most fun songs. I have a bunch of songs about San Antonio, which is where I was born. It's where I live. But this song is called "Born in San Antonio." I was born in San Antonio. I was born in San Antonio. I guess that's why I'm a pinche gringo. I was born in San Antonio. When I was younger, thought I was oh so very bold. Everybody told me to never leave home. I said I'm sorry, but I've gotta go. I was born in San Antonio. Went south to Boys Town, San Marcos, Midland, and Arlington. And things got weird out in Galveston. Something about being from San Antonio. Out in Denver, man, they get too
drink red wine until it rattled my bones. Lost my direction 10 times alone, too far from San Antonio. Yeah, I think we do a guitar solo now. Here we go. Found myself down a deep dark road, empty pockets and a westbound soul. Then I heard something groovy on the radio, sounded kinda like San Antonio. It had deep blues roots in a Vox organ, a cool shaker in a Tex-Mex tone. It sang a she about a mover, and I was gone back home to San Antonio. Boy. The last verse of this song is usually pretty much an improv deal about really specific San Antonio stuff. But we'll see where it goes. We got Sir Doug Flacco in the sun glows, the butthole surfers in Bongo Joe, Ozzy Osbourne pissing on the Alamo down in San Antonio. The Sex Pistols played a legendary gig at Randy's Rodeo. Joe the Godfather Anthony was spinning Budgie on the radio. Ram opened Taco Land down on Grayson Street in San Antonio. What do you know about San Antonio, Gabe?
Hank and Carol used to live in San Antonio. But they don't
Anymore.
no more. REM, that's where they shot that video.
You know about that? Yeah, all right. That's the Everybody Hurts video on I-35. They filmed it there. That wasn't the original lyrics of the song, actually. It's a deep cut thing that you just mentioned.
I must have got off a lot
Well, anyways, the song ends with a loud guitar solo and a bunch of words about Mexican food. So, this is where it gets really cool. You might eat lingua, nopalitos, menudo, get your bacon, egg, cheese taco with a side of pico, El Pastor, onion, cilantro, make it over easy on your huevos, rancheros, carne asada, queso fresco, barbacoa y chicharrón, cheese enchiladas.
Usually, like, I'm used to playing that song with a band, so it gets really loud and I kick stuff.
That means the next time you're anywhere near Garrett T. Cats and a nasty country band and whatnot, you got to go and then yell and holler that song just so you can see him kick stuff.
Yeah.
I love songs sanctioned kicking of things. Y'all know Jimmy Pizzatola that plays songs up out of Houston? Jimmy Pizzatola, man, he's a national treasure. If you ever get a chance to see Jimmy Pizzatola, but like with a trio, like a rhythm section with him, the drummer doesn't show up, he ends up kicking stuff too. He's got a weird little spinning back kick, you know. A lot of songwriters aren't into the kung fu, but Jimmy clearly had some lessons at some point in his life. I can't imagine that's a thing. Yeah, I can imagine him practicing that at home. That's the kind of shit Jimmy Pizzatola does, man. All right, I'm gonna do the wine drunk thing. Yeah. That'll roll us up. Closing on the 10 o'clock hour. So from this point forward, after the end of this song, and it's a long one, don't worry, I'll talk a bunch of shit in the middle of it. It'll run probably 8.25 minutes. But then from the end of that song, we're probably gonna start, that's like the denouement, right? Like it's on its way down. So unless I forget, like I wanna thank you guys for coming out tonight.
Yeah, thanks, y'all.
Did everybody, so far, is everything okay? One of our first dates, I took my lovely wife to the Texas Roadhouse. And I was very nervous because I had $7 in a coupon. And I didn't know if I didn't done the math right, you know. But the young lady that was waiting on us at the table there, she rolled up, she says, everything perfect. And it fractured my brain because I was like, well, no. I mean, shit. We had to put on pants and drive here. You know, the parking was kind of weird. I think y'all's parking spots are like a foot more narrow than other. That's not perfect. You know, there's a light bulb out in the men's room. That's not, you know. And I never really stopped to consider like what perfect was. You know, I was like, it's definitely not perfect. It's all right, you know, but it's not perfect. So I always like to make sure everything's going at least okay for everybody. And then we set like a, you know, what do you call it? Like a base level, right? At least okay. Right? And hopefully by the end of the night, like, you're doing at least a little bit better, you know. When we remember that time we went to the old quarter and we were just okay when we went in, but when we came out, we were all right. Hopefully. That's what this song's about, I guess. Caught you staring out the window just today to some far away place in your mind. That old feeling started knocking round again, like some old lost friend calling. Don't you worry about the things we've left undone. 'Cause today. Well, now music, you know it's more than a song, and the tires sing along as we fly. And beauty, you know it's more than it meets the eye. It's the highway rolling by in your mind. And love, it ain't a thing to kick around. We lost the street we found, paved the way. And a movement, well, that's hard to define. It's a trick of space and time that we choose to believe. That's science here. Still I'm rolling like a half-drunk bottle of wine, and all things in time come my way. And yeah, I'm rolling like a freight train down the line, and I'm feeling fine today. Yeah, and I'm feeling fine today. I don't know about y'all, but over at the Wootton place, as you leave out the front door, there's like a what do they call it, a hall tree, right? And it's got like hooks and shelves for your keys and your whatnots. And like some cutouts for like umbrellas. A place to put your horses, you know, antique. But right in the middle is like this big oval mirror, you know. And sometimes when I'm leaving the house, as I leave out the front door, I kind of, out of the corner of my eye, I catch a glimpse of some asshole looking at me, you know. And I get out the front door and I turn the lock and I'm like, wonder what his problem was. That's no way to leave the house, you know. So you gotta unlock the door, go back in, talk to that asshole a little bit. Say, asshole, what's your problem? Don't take that show on the road, you know. So like I said, I feel like over tonight we've really got to kind of connect and grow and know each other. So I'm gonna share a little secret of the natural born universe with you. It's not like magic, like expensive on your soul kind of magic. It's just a one little word, just one little word spell. So it's triple acting, it's twice blessed, it's guaranteed, you know, your money back. It's sanctified, it's been relegated, refiled, and unbroken, and it's been reconfigured for the new generation. And it goes like this. The next time you're leaving the house and you catch a glimpse of your own asshole self in the mirror, you walk back in and you look at your own self in the mirror and you say this one word. Mittens. Like gloves, but different. Less autonomy. So we're going to do like they do in some churches where you turn to the person next to you, even if you know them or not. And just look at them in the eye and say the word mittens. And see if they can hear the word mittens. And see if you can say the word mittens without smiling just a little bit. Try it now.
Mittens.
See how easy that works? It also works in road rage situations. But use at your own risk. What's your problem, asshole? Mittens. What's your problem? So I'm listening for your honey-colored hair, the filter from the air, the voice of the wind. And I'm dreaming of all tomorrows yet to come, and dances in the sun, no matter how short. I'll be rolling like a hand-drunk bottle of wine, and all things in time will come my way. Yeah, I'm rolling like a freight train down the line, and I'm feeling fine today. Yeah, I'm feeling fine today. I caught you staring out the window just today to some far away place in your mind. Thank you, guys.
All right, I'm gonna play a half cover.
There you go.
I read this really interesting autobiography recently from the songwriter P.F. Sloan. Wrote like a ton of hit songs in the 60s. But this is his most famous song, and we'll see how it goes. And I rewrote a verse and put it in there.
The Eastern world, it is exploding, violence flaring, bullets loading. You're old enough to kill, but not for voting. You don't believe in war, but what's that gun you're toting? And even the Jordan River has bodies floating. And you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. Don't you understand what I'm trying to say? Can't you feel the fears I'm feeling today? If the button is pushed, there's no running away. There'll be no one to save with the world in a grave. Take a world around you, boy. Look at it, boy, and you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. We don't have to think, they do it for us. No need to make a painting or write a chorus. We traded in our brains for ceaseless masturbating, and we thought the machines would stop all the hating. We got nothing to think, but so much to say. The world is on fire, but everything's okay. And you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. And you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. You don't believe we're on the eve of destruction.
I wrote the last verse. I don't think we made it on the radio in the mid-60s.
We have a problem with the ceaseless part. Like, it's okay that, you know. I'm gonna play one here. All right. We were talking earlier about how, you know, this isn't just about us ceaselessly masturbating our egos, right? Like, this whole thing is it's an energy dynamic, right? And we were talking about, like, well, you know, sometimes when you first start to do this stuff, you have to play from like 4 until 9 on the patio, you know. And sometimes when you really like get really big, rich, and famous doing this, you only come out and play for like 4 songs, and then you're back, you know. And you know, I think Garrett and I are just kind of in that middle zone right now. But I feel this is a good way to kind of close the night. If you guys are okay with that, this will be the last one. And then we'll hang out. Garrett's got some CDs and some records and stuff for sale. I have some stickers and CDs. And if you guys want any of my stuff, please help yourself and leave what you want. There's a QR code that goes to something. I don't know what website it takes you to, but feel free to click on that, you know. But I don't want you to leave without something. If you think you want something and you can't figure out how to pay for it, and I'm outside having a cigarette, so, you know. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming. It's been wonderful. It's been awesome. Very fast. This last song, this is, I guess, the newest one, and it's not even that new anymore, but this is, it's always weird. I had a buddy named Ben Hall, and Ben Hall would write these wonderful songs, and Ben Hall, he would play out and about, but he had another career, and he had a wonderful family, and a bunch of kids, and I had known Ben in college, and when I moved back to this area, I couldn't wait to meet up with him and hook back up. He was staying over in Pearland. And when I first got back to town and started looking around and finding, I found a common friend of ours, and he said, well, have you heard about Ben? I said, no. And he said, oh man, Ben's got cancer. He doesn't have long to live. Shit. And he was healthy. Of all the people I've ever known in my life, I am, without a doubt, the unhealthiest person I know. And so it always breaks my heart when someone is doing all the right stuff and that devil still comes form, you know. So it was probably 4 or 5 months until I finally got to see Ben in person. And it was up here, and I saw him, and I said, Ben, I want to give you a hug. Can I give you a hug? I didn't know what kind of treatment he was having or what the stipulations were and all that. And he said, yeah, man. So I gave him a hug, and I said, man, you know, if there's anything I can do for you, just say the word, you know. And he said, man, I'm glad you said that because, you know, when I'm gone, they're going to have to put the house on the market. And we've got this, you know, 20-year-old lawn sprinkler that hasn't worked in like 10 years. And I just need somebody to come, and I like pulled it closer. And I said, Ben, if there's anything else I can do for you, it doesn't involve a shovel and manual labor. A weird thing happened, man. Didn't die. He made it on into the early parts of the lockdown from the pandemic, you know, and didn't work for the school system. So, and he'd been out, of course, since his treatment had started or whatever. And a weird thing happens. All these kids, he had like 5 kids, I think, and they all were home for a year and a half because they couldn't go to school. So Ben and his kids started a band, and they wrote a bunch of songs, and they made a record. And then after we got out of the pandemic, Ben passed away. And I think back to, you know, all the cussing I did about all the stuff and how inconvenienced I was. And I go, man, I'd do it all again if something like that could happen, because that's beautiful and wonderful. It can only happen in that weird little vacuum, you know. So this song, you know, it always feels cheap to say, I wrote this song for my friend Ben who died, because that's not right. Because this song doesn't go, I had a friend Ben and he died, right? And it's not really about Ben. So I decided, I'll say, this is a song that I wrote because of my friend Ben, right? But it's for all of us, right? Thank you guys. We are merely moonlight falling through stars. Hard luck traveling light, shining wherever we are, shining wherever we are. We are the warm summer rain falling in the streets. Mercy, gravity crashed, washing it all clean, washing it all clean. We are the deep dark night, coiled around our fear, broken by the daylight, pushing through the years, pushing through the years, pushing through the years.
Thank you, guys.
Great catch,
See you all next time. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.